Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Boxer, the technical trader at thetechtrader.com. It is Thursday, March the 8th. These are the charts of the day. We had a pretty good day on Wall Street. This kind of despite the mixed picture, a lot of stocks we followed did great today. I'm going to stick with the long side for now. Take a look at AQ for starters. This was an IPO back in November. It popped initially, then pulled back down from the little wedge and broke out, and from the big wedge and broke out. After a two-day pause, today it really popped, and it's testing its all-time post-IPO high, which was set at 1704. Today it reached a little bit higher, 1732, and finished 1655. And it looks like this line may be enforced, and that means a test of 19 might be forthcoming. We'll keep an eye on this one. Bayo's done significant breakout. This long-term 1, 2, 3, 4, and maybe fifth wave underway is telling me that a run at 59.60 could be had, and I like today's action as it popped 364, 8.25%, and finished right at or just right near the high from 2 days ago. We can take that out. Today's high being 48.94. So let's say over 49. I'm looking for a run to the mid 50s and then high 50s. The 2-day support's 44, so we'll be watching that as support as well, right about there. It's Clovis. Well, it looks like this one's starting to go, and today it stuck its head out above the declining top sign. It goes all the way back here. After a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave decline, it looks to me like maybe an inverse head and shoulders or some sort of bottom may be forming. The key resistance right now would be a look at the 66 and 69 zones. That's going to be my target going forward on Clovis, and it wouldn't shock me if this thing was to take over any day now. CMTL with an explosive day up 576 at 24%, breaking out across the top of the channel into resistance zone. Now, one of two things happens here. It's either time to pull back and consolidate, or this explodes and moves up to the next major target zone, which really comes in about 37, 38 zone. That's my next target if it does ramp up. Something to watch closely. CNAT, another junior biotech moving. You can see that the base is broken and it popped through this high today. Targeting 9.25, 9.5 up here, and then we're looking at 11. Watch for any pullback opportunities. Today's low is going to be key support at around 697. Collegium, big day. Exploded out of that kind of coil that it's been in, jumping 545 or 23%. Volume was a hefty 2.1 million. That's the biggest volume on an update since back here in early December. I'm looking for more upside. I think we can get to 33.4 on this run. Big short position as well. CRISPR, well, it continues to push, and another 221 or 4.3% today. You can see I think the stock is headed towards a quick run up towards maybe 59. Eventually this stock could be $70, $80. Strong momentum. Now, this is something that I want to talk about. It's a low price stock and thin that exploded today for a monster 76%. Most of it at the end of the day. Let's look at the 1 minute. So the stock exploded from under 4 to 7.25, and at the end of the day, formed a little falling wedge or coil here. See it? So watch this tomorrow, because if it pops to get to 7.25, it could be a ripper into the 8.5 range. So I'll be watching that tomorrow morning for potential day trade. ECYTs have been really on a tear. From under 3 to 9, basically. It basically tripled here in about 6 weeks. So is it overdue for a pullback? You betcha. Where's the long-term resistance? Well, back in 2014, that's 4 years ago, 935 was the high, and the high today was 897, so we're close. If it does ramp and run into that low teens, we can see 13 and 14, maybe even 15. We'll have to keep close tabs on this one, but it may pull back. You got to be careful. Make sure that below today's low, about 7.25 is where you put your stop. GDS, another one of those data storage semiconductor type tech stocks that recently went public, formed a nice base and broke out in September. It's been running ever since. From about 11, the stock has nearly tripled to 31 and change, and then pulled back. Well, today it popped out and broke out and ran up through 242 or almost 10%, nearly a million traded. I think it's on its way higher, probably for a test for at least a run at the 31 range. We get through that, we're looking at a stock in the high 30s. HTGM, a bit of a follow-through to yesterday's pop and breakout. What it couldn't get through was the 545, 555 area. We got to get through that, then 575. Then we're on our way to I think we're going to see 6.5 and then 7.5. Those are my targets. JNCE, which I put a swing on in here, moved up and then rolled over a bit, and we probably had a too tight stop on it because I believe we were stopped, but it's immediately broken back out again and did so a big volume today to test the post-IPO high. It came in around 29.29. Today's high, 28.75. We can get to that zone. We're looking at 33. The measured move could get us there easy. Well, Copen had their earnings report. It was a pretty good one. The stock ramped up to almost 1 million shares. I want to point out something. Despite the fact that it has moved up for 6 days in a row, that's pretty exciting. But that's not what I'm talking about. One major divergence, and it's a positive one, that sticks out, is when I see the on-balance volume line make a new high over the high when it was September, when the stock was trading at 460. So the stock's $1.15 below where it was then, and the OBV's higher, indicating strong accumulation going on. I'm telling you, folks, that this stock is headed to a fifth big wave up that takes us to 5 and 6, etc., over the next few weeks and months. Something to maintain positions on. Stop would be under 295.3. Mark. Well, Mark may have popped out, and it's up for 3 days in a row, but I'm not happy with the volume or the technicals. Just want to point that out. Yes, if it goes some more, we may see 1045.50. It's got to pick up volume and get to this zone, or it's going to pull back and fail. Gaming stocks did well. One of them that did well was MLCO. It broke out of a wedge today and popped $1.46 or 5.4%. I believe it's going to test 30 and then hit 32.3 range. Ultimately, high 30s. Great looking long-term chart. NETE popped and exploded today. A big breakaway gap and move and a volume of 8.7 million was the biggest volume we've seen since the explosive move back in December when it exploded. Now, that day it followed through and then reversed, but it had a hell of a follow-through. And I wouldn't be shocked to see this make a run at, say, 12.5, 13 tomorrow, 12.20, something like that. NTLA looks like a breakout, although it did run up through resistance there. It's testing the October high, which is 33.34. Today's high 32.77. We can get to that level. We're looking at 39.40 or something of that nature up there. Okay, TA also at the top of its channel and had a big run of late, so I wouldn't be chasing it. But momentum is so strong, this might very well get into the mid-40s. PCMI, well, as you know, this has been on our box of shorts list since 19, and the stock went all the way down to 7. A great trade this year on the short side if you're a little short. But today was cover time. There's a big breakaway gap on monster volume. May have turned this whole thing around. There was a gap here from the November breakdown, which came in around 12, and today's high, 11.95. So there's resistance there. That's one of the reasons why I may have backed off late in the day and consolidated. Nevertheless, a good-looking chart, and my objective is 14.5. PGNX also popped out of a base, is up against resistance here. If we can get any follow-through, this should be 9.5. It might be as high as 10.5 or 11. But it's moved up quite a bit over the last month. Square continues to pop today, yesterday and today, confirming a breakout above the 49.5 range as it moved into the 50, almost 53 range, 52.97 high. It was up $1.53 or 3%, but it looks to me like it's headed for 55 and then 65. Wouldn't be surprised to see this start to ramp up like it did over here. TGTX broke out over a triple top, and today confirmed that move, but with a bop of $1.20 or almost 8% on 2 million shares. You can see on-balance volume is ramping, so is the stock. Targeting 1920. And Upland, which was a swing trade that we put on here, immediately popped and consolidated. This evening went up to 29.75 on a strong report before backing off. With a $30 target, we were just 25 cents away from it overnight tonight. If it pulls back and consolidates, I'd still look for more upside. The secondary target is up around 37. And finally, ZSAN with a monster move today. Take a look at this 1 minute chart. And beautiful stair step up as well. First it came down and then exploded from the flag. We bought it there. Broke out, confirming there. From another flag there. Broke out and confirmed that. From the coil, broke out, pulled back to the apex, and exploded where I indicated exit your positions. You can see what happened. Stock dropped from 26 almost down to 18, almost an 8-point drop, and a perfect 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave decline. Anyway, from a daily standpoint though, an explosive move like this, that's taking the stock from 4.5 to 25 in a week, week and a half, must be paid attention to. There's resistance right here. We might very well pull back even more into that 12, 13, 14 range. But let's see how it sets up. You might very well want to try another run, and if it does, your next target has to be close to 30, 32, believe it or not. Stay tuned. It's going to be interesting. And that's it for tonight, everybody. Have a good evening.